click and rename this called building or buildings. I would like to keep it under Polygon. I'll specify my M and Z value. Next. What I'll do here is to just type name, then click on this other side to select the field. I'll explain what field is. The field is text. Okay, that's that. What else do we have? Okay, we can see trees. We can see our trees. Let's call this trees. Okay, now under trees, I'll create a new feature data set called greens. Let me call it greens. You need to know how to catalog this very well. It's a style. It depends on what style you're using. Under trees, I'm going to go to new. That is, I'll click on greens. That's left clicking on greens. It highlights. After it highlights, I'll right click and then go to new and create a feature class called trees. For my trees, I would like to keep it on points for now for the training. Then I'll next this, type name under this, name. Then you just click here, you select text, finish. Now I want you to discover, as the more we create, the more they are adding up here. Now you can see for circulation, look at it here and look at it's a line feature. For buildings, which is under structures, you can see it. Polygon, you can see it's a polygon. For trees, is now a point. You can see it as points here. What else do we have here? I believe for now. Okay, now this is actually an outcrop. It's a rocky outcrop. Let's include it as outcrop. We can put it under green. There's no problem. It's just a style. Okay, let's call it outcrop or rocky. Let's just call it outcrop. Okay, we leave it under Polygon. M and Z value being there. Next, type name. You hit here, you select the geometry, you select data type as text, you finish it. Alright, I believe for now. Okay, lest I forget, under the greens, I would like us to, we have not actually created the shapefile for the boundary or fence. In this case, it's a fence, so the boundary is going to be serving as fence. So we can put it under structures, new. Okay, we'll type fence, just type fence, polygon, yes, M value, Z value, yes. You next it, next, type in name, you select text and you finish. Okay, so there we have it. Now we are done for now. I believe that's all we need. I wanted it to be simple like this. This is an open field. I wouldn't like us to touch anything about this for now. Let's leave it. Alright, so what you do, you can actually auto hide this by keeping it on the panel here. You can also access once you hover around it, it comes to your screen. When I hover, it comes. If I come out, it goes out. So what we have successfully done is we have successfully created all the shapefile we need. These are these are layers as well. These are all vectors entities because this is what we are going to use to trace. Now, if you trace a structure here by looking at the edges, tracing the edges here, excuse me, you have actually done what we call digitizing. So it's just a technical term. It's actually tracing your satellite image to produce a base map or a context map, an existing base map or a context map of your study area. Once you trace it on the computer, you actually call it digitization. Simple as that. Okay, so now I'm going to introduce us to this tool called editor. I told us that we can actually do some rearrangement. I would love to take my layer down, my drawing. I normally love it to be down. I take it to this side, and then this layout. How will you know that? You just right click and open source. You'll be able to see what you've clicked. Okay, I told you screen management is very key. Okay, I love my editor here. Now maybe we'll take your reference in here. If you are done with it, you can actually uncheck this because we don't need it now. So let's uncheck georeferencing so that the screen will be as clean as or neat as possible. And then there's another tool called advanced editing, which I'm going to be introducing. So I'll bring it up. Let this go this side. Now I'll be using these two very much, so I would love to keep them very close, maybe beneath each other. Yep, I like it this way. All right, now the next thing we are going to do is, as you work, you make sure you don't forget to save intervally, or you can control S to save on your keyboard. Now the next step to do is, we want to start tracing, or rather digitizing. What we need to do is that we locate our editor. If you don't have it on your screen, right click here and you check editor. What you simply do is that you come down to this down arrow and click on start editing. You wait for it to load. Okay, now once it starts editing, you can see that these the little icons here are activated now. But once I say stop editing, you see they go blank, they go gray. It means they are not active. So what you do is to turn them to become active. After you do that, is now what we need to do. We want to first of all trace this fence. We want to trace the fence as our boundary. So what we do, you go to editing windows and you click on create features. Now once you create feature, what you have here will also appear on the create features panel. Now you simply locate fence, you click on fence. Once you click on fence, you go down, you have what we call construction tools. You can actually do a whole lot of exercises here. You can decide to click on a cycle, for instance, and you click anywhere on your screen and there you have it. You can draw your cycle, or you want to develop a rectangle, you can do just that. Click wherever you want to develop the rectangle. You can also create ellipse. It depends on what you want to do. You can create ellipse, position it. Okay, you go down. You can do freehand. If you are good with freehand, maybe you want to trace a particular portion, you left click and drag through that that object, or that whatever you want to do. You click that. Okay, so you can do a whole lot of polygon. You cannot do polygon. Polygon is when you trace round, you trace round the specified object. Okay, oh, it's under freehand. This polygon. Now left click on polygon. Left click on polygon. It allows you, now you can now trace a polygon. You click this side, this side, this side, and this side. What you do, you right click and click on finish sketch. Then there you have it. So this is what we'll be doing now. Of course, this is not what we want to do. I just sampled this. So what you do, you have to get rid of all this. You come to this editor. Editor is one of the powerful tools. Once you are creating anything, digitizing anything, vector, anything, layout, subdivisions, the editor is very powerful with the advanced editing as well. This tool you cannot do without. Okay, so what you do, you click on this dark arrow, you click on this, you left click on this. You can see it's highlighted. You now right click and delete. You can do mass deleting as well. You hold your shift, you click on the objects you want to delete, you zoom in, keep clicking to clear them, hold your shift, hold shift, and keep doing the same process. And then after you've highlighted all what you want to delete, you right click and get rid of it. And note that after you edit, you must save edit in order for what the vector data entity you created for it to be on your map. Okay, so what we'll do next is to create the fence. In order to create the fence, I would like to introduce us to Symbology. You click on the symbol here, you left click on the symbol. What you want to do, we need a hollow, or rather we can choose, you can come here and type boundary. You can type boundary and click on enter. Now you can select this acquisition boundary. You come to the fill and put no color. You allow just the boundary. You can maybe increase this to 2 and you okay it. Now what it simply means is that you come to your create features, you left click on it, it's under polygon. So what you do, you zoom into your image, you click, this is the fence. You can begin from any point. I click here and then I click here, I zoom out, I click this portion, I also click